Hi. Anyways, I'm going to get stuck in and stare blankly at my rack and go, I don't know what to do. Made a decision last night, though. I made a decision, and I did a thing. I ordered a thing. I ordered an acid rain constellation. Um, and I think I'm going to replace and sell the Stolper Beats. A, I don't use it for what its real intention is for. I really do. I rarely dabble in funky grooves and strange stumbling things, and that's kind of, the point of it. B, it's very power consumption. It takes like 260 milliamps. I looked at a Metron also. The Metron, or Metron, whatever. The Metron is like $750. And it also takes like 250 milliamps of 12 volt current. The Constellation takes 75. And I found a used one for $400. And it fits perfectly in the spot that the Stolper Beats and its expander will take up. And I'm like, dude, win, win, win. That seems like the perfect thing. And I've been looking at them for a long time, as like a peripheral option, like that would, which when I went with the Stolper Beats was kind of like, that was sort of the thought, like this is going to be my main thing. There's some things that I like about this, some things that I don't really, but, what are you going to do? I'm also going to get 2 more outputs, which is nice, because the thing is, Constellation is 8 channels. So like one channel I can dedicate for a constant reset, and I don't have to use the Maestro for that, so that frees up a slot on the Maestro. So lots of neat things that can come up out of this, and yeah, it should be kind of cool. Hopefully, sometime this week I should have it in and give it a shot and set about learning it. So, what are we doing today? I don't know. For some reason, I'm kind of thinking Mixolydian, first of all, which is sort of like happy, but not as happy, if you know what I mean. But the key is the question. G would be sort of cheating. Because G Mixolydian, if you don't know, Mixolydian is a major scale with a flatted 7th. It's time for your music theory moment. So, all right, the modes, right? If you take your major scale, right, and you start it on a different note, but you keep all of the actual pitches the same. So if I started on D, it's all white keys, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. This is called Dorian mode. And if we compare it to D major, it has a flat 3rd and a flat 7th. But a natural 6th. So it's like minor light, right? So each mode starts on a different scale degree. You can think of them in 2 different ways. Like Mixolydian is a major with a flatted 7th. Okay. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, te, do. Right? It's also the scale that starts on the 5th scale degree. Right? So if you're in the key of C major, all white keys, and you start a scale on G, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Normally a G would have an F sharp, so there's your flatted 7th, right? So, the cool thing is, though, it does change the quality of chords. So, for example, your 5 chord is a minor 5. It's a little bit funky, right? So, like C major, you'd be like, here's C, or C Mixolydian. Like, here's my 1 chord, my 2 chord, my 3 chord becomes diminished. And then our 5 chord So it's a minor 5. It's also a major 7th, like a flatted 7th chord. So that's really cool. So it's some interesting blends. Hey, Etherlife. So yeah, I think we'll go with D. D Mixolydian. That sounds okay. Um, hmm. I always wonder why, like when I go through here and it says D, E, G flat, why not say F sharp instead of G flat? What makes it opt for one over the other is my question. So okay, we're gonna build a couple things. All right, I already have a blob of goo, like patched. Obviously, there's nothing recorded in there. I was thinking would be sort of cool, though, would be to use piano tech, but just put Jim. What's happening? But just put some high tinkly, like sparse things over a wide period of time. Let me check something though first. Okay, good. It's like because sometimes oh, it's the opposite here. It's been in the 80s. Today it's high 60s and like breezy. But man, we've been getting wrecked by storms. Pretty much all week. Every day has been some like huge outbreak of thunderstorms and tornadoes. We had tornadoes go through. Well, Thursday night, I was at my girlfriend's, and it was about 10 miles south of her. Uh, it touched down in a few places. Not nothing major like damage wise and stuff. It's kind of out in farm country, but yeah, it's been crazy. Trees are down all over town. Branches all over the place. Um, yeah. All right. So let me grab my door, and I'm gonna grab myself a copy of Piano Tech. Pianoteq. If you are curious, it's a really, really, really good program. Um, yeah, even last night was, of course we had storms. Devices. Where is my Piano Tech 9? 9. Okay. Let's get a bright one too, like a really bright, gentle, warm, cinematic. Yabba yabba yabba. No, none of that. Mono would be okay, also. Actually, binaural would be even cooler. Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to go up an octave. And I'm going to shorten my buffers. Little plinky plinky plinks. Let's see how that sounds. All told. Nice! Wait, why is it like brrr? What? Where does that come from? What? No. Well, it's on the filter. What? No, it doesn't really make any sense. There's no controls on this thing for, like, changing the pitch like that. That's really weird. The other thing I noticed is that anytime I tap on my Rhodes, it triggers the audio sensor input, which is interesting. I mean, it's weird, but I don't hate it. No, I kind of hate it. Now I hate it. So we're going to turn regen off. It'll take a little while to die out. Yeah. I'm going to clean it up, though, and my thought is maybe could it be like my aftertouch or something like that? But I didn't hear it while I played. So where the hell is it coming from? That's takes a little while to die out. Jesus. Let's do it already. Let's go. Nobody likes you. Okay. It's probably good enough. If it does it again, it's doing it again! No, there is no LFO on the module. There is no modulation on the module at all. There's no anything for, like, pitch shifting at all. No, let's keep it in this, but put it on the low pass setting here. Now, all I'm doing is taking a copy of the headphone output, everything that I'm hearing, everything you're hearing, and just putting it straight into the module. Wait a minute. I know what it is. I know what it is. It's the Imitor. It's not the Praeterio. It's the Imitor Versio that I have it going through. That's what's doing it. So I do have an LFO on there. Stupid. Ooh. Okay, so clearly my gain is off too. I gotta redo it. I can't let it be, you know, distorted like that. Yeah, no, there's no LFO in that module, but there is in the Imitor, which is why it was doing that. Plus, the Imitor is not getting a clock right now, so it's very confused. Could at least give him a tap tempo so he'll be doing something. So yeah, what I should do is turn the blend all the way to dry. It's gone and it's ready, and thankfully one more time. Guess what's going to be in the thing now is my sneeze. See if we can hear it. Fuck. Guess what's going to Oh no. Okay. Now we have to let that die away. There's our winner. Finally. Yep, third time is a charm. Well, it's also really, really close to The Forefather. Music for Airports by Brian Eno. Specifically, like track 1-1, like the first track. You know, that thing. Anyways. It's in the same key, too. Okay, so what we have is this, right? Here's our starting point with filter. You hear all the key thump. Flump, 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 flump. And then we put it through the emitter with shimmer. Okay, so this is pre-filter. So then, of course, the filter just goes schwonk. Now, when we turn on the delay, or on the LFO here, and then on the other way is chaos. All right, let's put that away. And think about how I kind of want to drive this, like, at all. Let's just do a part, okay? I'm going to go to part 3 here, which is the first one on the expander, and just patch up a sparse... a very sparse sound, but with a good amount. Yes, this makes sense. Let's take the volt per octave and put it into the trigger for the Zadar. Totally makes sense. Not thinking things through. I'm just doing the thing. I don't... Like, I don't know if I want to use this thing. Maybe we'll just use the regular Weston 2v2 here. We'll use one analog channel, like a triangle wave would be nice. Something that's kind of, you know, basic, dare I say it. We do want it to be warm and clean, though. Let's not put the output into the CV in also. Jesus. Dude. This guy, is this guy even modular? What a hack. Actually, I want to go long distance. I want to go to the Holocene delay and put it on a little bit of an absurd amount of echo. I mean, kind of. It's not going to be stupid, because you do want to be able to, you know, hear it. Because it'll do like 15 seconds of delay, which is... You know, back in the day, I would have thought, that's so cool, dude! 15 seconds of Omega! And now it's like, it's kind of useless. Unless you're using it as a looper, you know? Yeah, also, let's check tuning. just in case. Sounds all right. Yeah, a little flat. Okay. All right, so the other thing is, let's maybe change envelope shape. Come on, dude. Zadar has a glitchy, like, you know, soft knob. It like jumps different directions, does all kinds of funky things. Okay. So programming part wise here, if I go and put it on like, man, there's a lot of different things that one can do with this. Let's put it, I'm going to put this on, let's get off of the clock. Let's put this on a speed. Okay. And I basically want one step. So we're going to put it on random. And then one step is going to be on. Okay. So what I also then want to do is go and put probability pretty high for some of these blank steps. And the type is going to be to skip to the next one. Okay, so every once in a while, it's going to like rush through things, and it'll be, you know, then it'll play at a strange interval. Actually, I don't want it on random. I want it on forward. And then this guy is going to go chance probability, let's say 50% of transposition up in a random place. And then on chance thing 2, we're going to put like a 30% chance of transposing down a random place. All right, so those two things are going to combine to basically make it so that it doesn't play D all that often. And I think I kind of want it down an octave. Okay.
It's playing a scale for me. Thank you, Chance Operations.
If it plays a G again, I'm going to call foul. Okay, no, that was a low E. Cool. Well, we need more feedback than that, of course. There we go. That's tasty. No, you missed the beginning. I got an acid rain constellation. I'm gonna ditch the Stolper beats. Dude, the Metron, first of all, it's $750, which is crazy. I got a used constellation for $400. And that thing that's going to do a couple of things. First of all, it's only 75 milliamps power consumption, 12 volts. The Stolper Beats was 260 and the Metron was 250, which, I mean, that's not a huge amount, right? It's not like it's horrible. For the Metron, I'd have to sacrifice a couple of things in the row to make it fit, which would be an issue. Constellation, same size. So it'll be sub one in, sub the other one out. Like, it'll be great. It'll just chonk. And then, yeah, after looking into it a little bit, I was really digging just how it works. It looks kind of really up my alley. Stole per Beats wasn't. I mean, that was a bad purchase. Not that it's horrible. It's a great product, but it doesn't. It's not mine. You know, it doesn't work with me. I don't do stumbling hip hop rhythms or something because it's really what it's designed for. You know. Plus, it's all these red lights. That's not my jam, man. It's gonna be another bank of white lights like the Maestro. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. And every single channel has a CV in, and that's really cool. So you can have CV ins affecting, I believe you can have them affect multiple channels. So I can give it, the autofill thing and have it apply to multiple things. And yeah, pretty awesome. At its heart, it's all Euclidean. But then it does some shit with time divisions and stuff. So you can set lengths of measures to be all sorts of different things. And I think that's going to be fun, especially like, hey, let's do a thing in 7. Now I'm going to be able to, right? It'll be easy-ish. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I dig it. And then the nice thing is too, right now I have a track on my vector that is literally only giving a reset command to the Maestro. Every 16 measures it does a reset. Because without a reset it's not terribly happy. And things get out of sync and stuff. So yeah, exactly. So and the velocity is fairly precise. The problem is that these two, the R bar and the Bard Quartet, they just work on a different scale. They're not compatible. So essentially what I would need to do is find a balance between the two. Like take the voltage from the velocity, bring it into a I don't know, maybe even bring it into a VCA, and then like take multiple outs from it or something, or bring it into the junction and then like attenuvert each option and sort of like tune it so that I can get them both working. Yeah, that's super cool. And again, that's something I could do too with the velocity out. A velocity out is just a third thing, and you can set it as a per step voltage. That's all. Whatever you decide to use that with. So, okay. Now, number one, I'm gonna absolutely want to modulate the delay time on this. Let me set up another thing here. I've got the Maestro doing other stuff. I don't think I need a 16th note random voltage. So for now, I'm just going to let's go slow 8-beat rise and fall. Easy. Okay. So that their gold channel, I don't think I want this in there. What are you doing? The answer is nothing. I forgot to depatch that. I was like, where are all my short purple cables? Okay, there you go. Yeah. So this is going to go into the time buffer thing, because that way we'll get some interesting delay time shrinkage without pitch shifting, because this is the Holocene delay. And it don't do that. It don't do no pitch shifting. Mm-hmm. Which is brilliant. Okay. So my thought was like, hey, take a whole bunch of steps like that, or of sequences like that, just these little drips and bloops, and just like pile them on. And then maybe throw a sloths into the clock and have it just get faster and slower and faster and slower, and then the drips become more and more. Maybe I've been listening to Rain too much this week. That could be. Let's make another one. We make red voice. Yes. Channel 4. You are red voice. We stop sequencer. Let's do something, kind of similar. We'll do speed. What's the other one on? I think I put speed is 4, so this one has to be different at the very least. We could make it 5. We'll make it 1 different. But we'll make this one 10 long. And we can give it 2 steps, and then we can put it on random. So let's make it even slower. Let's make it 3 instead of 5. I'm going to put an F sharp and a C. Those two notes. Which could be a mistake, I don't know. We'll use this dude into this dude, coming from that dude. And will this dude reach that dude? That dude will reach. This dude will reach that dude. Dude. Dink. Now, ain't that just an elegant little solution right there? Mm-hmm. A dink. I wonder if we could just inject it into the hollow scene, and then save ourselves a mixer channel. Feels like that'd be the thing to do. Yeah, like that. You're not in tune, buddy. You're kind of in tune. This thing's almost never out of tune. What I'm kind of curious about is okay, so like the diffusion is very channel specific. There's not a lot of stereo crosstalk between these two. Okay, so I kind of don't want that. I kind of want them to not just be hard panned. Let's sea legs this thing then. Unfortunately, if I throw modulation into the sea legs, it'll be all like all the time, and it's gonna make me rage. So let's put it on long. Ping pong. Like so. Should be okay. Are you, like, playing? Oh, it's not, because it's... Yeah. Okay, so same thing on these guys. We'll go chance probability pretty low. And the type is going to be transpose down. The other thing is, I don't want a Metron to control the R-bar. I want the vector to be able to control the R-bar and the barred quartet with the same step. Like on a per step basis, I should be able to program voltages for both of those. And you kind of can't. Okay, so the last step of this would be to give a little bit of filter modulation to each one of these dudes. Not a huge amount. Although, now that I think about it, maybe the key is to give some modulation to the envelope level. That might be cool. Who is this? What? How fast are you moving? You're moving way too fast. Rate 8/16 notes. Let's take it off of 16th notes and we'll just put it on slow. And we'll just make it like, there we go, like 0.075 hertz. And we'll just give it some QVL into second shape here. And then we'll go CV. We're going to go to level. Low. There. And we'll put it up to like 35. Do the same thing with the first one too. Might as well get it set up. Good enough. There. And then we'll set up, I'm going to set up another LFO here. This is number 2, 4 bars. That's pretty long. It's pretty good. Might be okay. That being the case, let's turn up the sensitivity on the filters. Yeah, I want to give this guy a different shape also. Because that I keep hearing the crack at the beginning, that like little pop. Okay, so that's 2 voices right there. And let's make more. Let's get a bass going also. Slow, random. Here is the nice thing about the key that I've chosen, is that you'll be able to kind of blend. I'm going to go step length half on that one, and I'm going to make it 16 notes long. We're just going to turn gate on all of these. So basically it's a lot of D's. 1 step of A, 2 steps of G in different octaves, 1 step of C. Because again, we are in D mixolydian here. So every once in a while that C is going to come along. Like, that'll be cool because it'll be ginormous. As per the norm. To this dude? Yeah, we'll do this dude, of course. It's by far my favorite bass oscillator. I make no secret of it. Oh, by the way, there is a supercritical neutron filter on Control, a used one. I believe it's $445. And, you know, I'm seriously considering it, but I didn't jump on it yet because I just bought a Constellation. So if anybody's on the lookout, snap that thing up before it disappears. into my belly. No, it won't. I give myself like one module a month. Let's just get a nice fat ladder filter. Some extra sub. And we'll just make life easy by putting a slow sloths into the volt per octave. There's our low G. Maybe make that a little bit quicker even. 3/8 length? How about 1/4 length? Yeah. And we're on 2 whole notes at 50 BPM. Okay, so 2 whole notes held on that 7th as a bass note. It's a bit much. You know, just toning it down. Okay, we got bass. We need R-bar. Time for R-bar. Time for chili. Okay. I'm thinking what to put into the R bar that might have an interesting creative sound with what I have planned for everything else. We're going to kind of really have to narrow the bandwidth quite a bit on this. I might not use the carry today. But let cross that bridge when we come to it. Rhodes maybe? Rhodes might be okay. Like played quickly. It's probably a little bit too loud. G, A, and C. Okay, so let's do a couple more Ds here. Maybe just like low fifths. Really probably don't need any more layers, to be honest. So, okay, now comes the question. I mean, this is pretty easy. It's just going to take a little bit of time. So what I want to do is take the velocity output of the bass track and use that to control the layer. Okay, so again, that's going to be like a per step voltage, so that when it changes to a random step, then it's going to play something that I want. You know what I mean? So the first thing I want to do, though, is turn off random right now, because that's going to be a pain in the ass. The second thing I'm going to do is probably speed it up by like double. No, let's not. Let's just change the rate. Instead of 2 whole notes, we'll do a half note. So these should all be okay. God damn it. How did that distort? Dude, I'm so confused on how this happens. So there's a D, an upper D. There's a G. I'm gonna have to redo the recordings completely, because that's horrible. Okay, so step 6 is the A. That's the other one that I want to deal with here. No. Okay, I completely missed it, and everything is goofy. That one is goofy. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, that's just awful. Nope. Damn it. Okay, step 6 is the A. It's a G. Another G here. Good. And step 6 went totally fucking bonkers. Which one is the A? C? G? Oh, I didn't put an A in there. That's why. Jesus Christ. Okay. So purple layer is in A, which means when we get to step 6, we're going to have pretty high voltage for that. Oops. Way too fucking high. It wrapped all the way around. Also, everything's out of tune. I have never used a morphogene. No. Eh? Hey! That was correct, but there was nothing recorded there, and that's annoying. Okay, so I'm going to have to completely redo the recording on all of those layers because they're all distorted and horrible, which... Dude... This whole gain structure thing is, I don't understand it. It's like it changes from one day to the next, and it shouldn't. Let's go backwards. Let's start with the A minor, so I don't record or forget it this time. This was just a low. Yeah, that's a good idea. And now it's just like weak, which I can boost it a little bit at the filter. See, there's one patch where it's just clipping. And it's like fucking ugly too, you know? It's not even like good clipping, it's just gross. I think with the all-wet reverb, it'll probably just end up being... Yeah. Just a little bit of white noise, just shh. So yeah, this just doesn't make sense. I guess I just can't play it very hard. Like, straight up, I just need to be like super gentle. Fuck, which one was the C? I haven't gotten to the C yet. Damn it. So we need D. Let's just do a D, another D in the beginning here. So this will be the C. This will be a G. there's almost no treble in that sound. It's sort of funny. So I turn it up to high pass, and it just like there's nothing, just disappears. So this has to be a very, very careful kind of like balance in filter and stuff. See, we could add a little bit of spray. Okay, so let's do one more test here. No. What? Oh. Damn it. Okay, so one of these is goofy. This guy is a G. This needs to come down like one notch. D. High D. There it is. That one also needs to come down a notch. Okay, so I need to do step 7 needs to be tweaked, and step 5 needs to be tweaked. It should be... Yep. Okay, step 7 should be yellow. Yes, we got it. Okay. So back to 2 whole notes, random. And now if you just let it run, it should be nicely linked. Okay, then we do put a little bit of sloths into the filter. Not a lot, because, man, only the tiniest little cutoff of that, or the moving of that cutoff, is going to make it just disappear completely. We're here, we need to go here. Because this is some Vangelis level shit here. Okay. I hear you. This is the patching part of the program. But no, let's bust a move and get into groove here and get another part going here. Similar to the other 2 synthy parts, so it's going to be a sort of a drippy noise. Let's put this one at speed 5, and we'll just make it 8. We'll do this. This will be another 1-step kind of a thing. Pizza? Okay. Yep, there's our bloop. We should apply some chance operations onto that guy too, of course, because why not? Type, I think we'll go like a 5th. We'll go like up, or up a 3rd would be cool. And then chance operation number 2 is going to be down a 4th. let's say. Okay, so down 5 half steps. So it'll go down, and then potentially it'll go up to a C, you know? So there's a small percentage chance, and basically you got 4 note choices, right? So now it's in just delay madness. It's gonna just keep going for a long time. Okay, that's working. Next one. And then I want to set up a couple of other things too. In fact, boom. Let's get this guy going. All right, we're gonna use the Deckard's voice because, come on. The only reason it's not in my rack is because it kind of pisses me off and it's big. Should we make this guy a special little boy? Should we make? I think so. I think that would be cool. In other words, I'm gonna use the cosmic debris, brah. Nope, I took them off. I had 2 BACs, big ass cables. So we're going to hook this guy up to the Melodicer over here. That's the brand, by the way. They only make big things. Tires, speakers. And for some of you, a new sense of humor. All right. We are going to turn off the dice, which means it will not loop or repeat. We're going to put it on a whole note. So it'll truly randomly just kind of spew out random whole notes. And we want a nice F sharp, maybe a little C, maybe a little bit of a D. Oh, well, a lot of D. E, F, F, G. No B. B is not getting a lot of love today. All right. And then on the Deckard's voice, I kind of want to have like, well, I kind of want to get an output, you know, patched. That sounds logical. And then I want to think about like textures too. Maybe some environmental sound effects, Foley kind of stuff, maybe, possibly. Okay. So, do your thing, buddy. Play. You should be playing. I hear no playing. Yup. Thing. Output. Thing. Going to here. Yeah. Okay. Everything is hooked up and everything is on, which means this is a Deckard's voice problem. Because Deckard's voice is a little bitch. It should be cranking right now, but oh. Okay, whoa. It's faster? Okay, now we can and slow this down. Okay, and then we give it, let's say, a substantial amount of reverb. Okay, and then I want to put it just through... Actually, if this is the case, it probably shouldn't go through the cosmic debris. This baby's wasted on you, man. It's true. I mean, I don't want to drown something in reverb and then be like, hey, let's also put it through a giant delay that is also a reverb. No, let's just go through sea legs. And then we turn rest to like 90%. So it just does its own thing. It just, meanders around. Dude, you're a fucking idiot because you haven't stayed around and you don't have any sense of patience. And I'm going to call that stuff out already because it's really stupid. And you're just showing everybody what you are. You've never been here. You've never experienced it. "5 minutes in and I'm not blown away. Oh my god. Such a short attention span nation. Y'all have become whiny little bitches. I'm bored. Someone please me now. My pussy hurts." That was you, by the way. Okay, let's make one more here. At least one more. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, the Deckard's voice, I mean, it does have the ability to sound really, really cool. So, like, I don't... It's just really... It's not loud enough, either. That's the other thing that really bugs me. We'll put this guy... again, another random boy. But we can just use, like, regular straight time, like quarter notes, maybe. 16 steps. And basically I just want to put like let's just do 4 steps in a row of like actual notes. Yeah. Okay. And then, Buddy's got his own built-in envelope and everything, so don't need to do anything super spectacular as far as sound goes. We'll go through... I mean, yeah, and then he's not the first. That's the thing. When the guy came by the other day and was like, what did he say? Like... And I was like in the middle of the experimental thing where I was just goofing around. Your music is so... What the heck was it? Yeah. And it was just like, what? Like, that doesn't even make sense, man. Let's just get modulation going right away for these two. But... You can't have... No, it's not cheap at all. It's stupid expensive. I mean, honestly. I found one used. Is the only reason I got it, right? Because I had heard and people had said and they talked about issues and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. I've always been tickled by the concept a little bit, It's like, hey, here's a chunk of a CS80. I mean, I've never owned a CS. No, I've owned a CS01W back in the day, which was a tiny little, like a fun-sized analog synth, but it sounded great. So we're gonna get some modulation going to the wavetable, of course. Actually, let's make that guy pretty damn slow. Like so. Okay. Output thing, going thing. Oh. Is that an E? Yep, it was. Good. Alright, so we got the plucky sound. It's being extremely filtered right now, though. So, yeah, I was going to say, like, there's no boinky high end being exposed. Okay. Actually, I don't want to put this on random. I want to make it just longer. Let's make it 32 steps long. And then apply some probabilities and chance. I think, like, for example, a blanket transposition would be super, super dope. And a tiny amount of blanket transposition to go down on the other one would be super, super dope. So we'll have 4 quarter notes in a row, but they'll never be the same. Theoretically, it should be. Like that. You know, when you have the ability and then you don't use it, it's kind of silly. So I'm going to use it. Actually, this guy should go through the damn cosmic debris. Because he is super plucky and super potentially trebly and crystalline. And that's a much better candidate than something that's already drenched in reverb. Know what I'm saying? What I could do is go back to a bunch of these steps and actually... this is going to be a pain in the butt. I was going to say change them to, like, fast forwards and stuff. Like skipping past, so it changes the length also. Which is not a bad idea, to have it like here instead of just playing the exact same rhythm each time. Will it give a decent percent chance to a few of these steps to skip their step. So that rather than that guy. Okay, and then I want to go probability. Let's turn the probability up on those guys too. So basically every time it plays, it'll be a different length also. Okay, and then we enable our fun toy of funness. And put some modulation into the feedback control so that every once in a while, it'll go into like infinite feedback for a little bit. And I wholeheartedly approve of that message. Okay, not. I wasn't anticipating grunge. Okay, yeah. Like. Maybe some slow, really slow modulation into the wet dry so that it kind of goes to like all wet every once in a while. That would be neat. It's pretty great, dude. Um, okay, spray. Let's throw something into the spray also. Spray is going to be the thing that sort of changes this into more of a reverb than anything. Okay, and I think one last touch to what we have so far. I might put more things in as it plays. Okay, and that is going to be to stick a slow sloths, an independent slow sloths, let's say, okay, into the CV in of my PAMs. I've never actually used a CV in input clock. No. CV. Right? Oh, well, there is a... Oh, no, that's a CV output. Okay, so CV input... Yeah. Okay, so how do I make the CV, like, do something different? You know? Okay. So what does the CV actually control? That is my question. Okay. Well, you should theoretically be able to change your clock rate for everything, but I don't I don't see any menu options to say, "Hey, I'd like to assign that CV to do this." There's like nothing. And I'm a little baffled. You know what I mean? You know, unless it's just going to do it automatically. I don't know. Let's look it up really quick and see if it's even possible. This is a PAMS Pro. No, you can't. That's cool. Thank you. Yeah, you can't. You can't CV modulate PAMs. Ooh! Okay, then we need to do it in a different way. What I need to do... Okay, let's take this Fractio Solum. I'm going to disconnect its clock because it'll keep running, see? Which is nifty as hell. And I'm going to send that clock into PAMs. That's easy. Because now I can just go input, put it on clock, right? So then it should be externally clocked as of now. What? What? Dude, this is weird. Oh, it's because I've got the PPQ different. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's give it a double speed clock. That way it'll 2448. We can give it a times 24 clock. What's that going to mean? That's going to mean 1/6. There, 3/2. That's a 24. It's not though. It's not registering it correctly. Okay. That looks better. 8/3. Bing bong. Okay. And then we take that sloths that I had and stick it into this guy. And this might be a mistake. Okay. But things are working already. Putting it all together now. Yeah, the Fractio Solum has that added advantage of like once it's clocking, it just keeps going. It's all the way up to 133 BPM right now. Just give me a little bit. the clock out of those delays because that's not good. Also going to put 2 more modulation sources into this Zadar to make these envelopes longer on a couple of those plucked voices. Deckard's voice?
Barely.
Just barely. Gonna run it through a VCA and boost it a little bit. We need to add octaves to all of these. Yeah, it does have a tone, like a sound. Windows XP startup sound was made by Brian Eno. Fun fact. I hear you, little guy. I hear you. That was fun. Yep. I'm out. Yeah, those clocking shenanigans are, yeah, good times. You know, it didn't really quite work as I expected, to be completely honest. Like, the sloths went up, and it just stayed there. And I'm watching, and I'm like, you're just not moving. So, like, heck with it. Let's throw a bunch of envelopes on things and just embrace. And yeah, there you go. Embrace the techno. Sometimes you got to do it. But anyways, thanks for joining me. And yeah, I would expect at least a midweek stream at some point. Probably like Wednesday, maybe something like that. Maybe. You can't trust sloths, but that's the point. Uncertainty? Am I right? With irregularity comes uncertainty. So it's like if you want something that's like a strange organic weirdness, then you have uncertainty, you know? One thing I didn't really notice a lot of was envelope modulation. Like, I've got both of my modulations, both of my envelopes are modulated on those like plucky synth voices and stuff, and like I don't really hear much. So anyways,